Hey, it's that time again where inspiration meets perspiration to change the world around us through the power of design. Yes, it's art in the news. Welcome to Braid River High School's Art in the News. Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Danger Noodle Braces. The National Park Services actually just put out a poster. This is a real poster saying friends don't use friends as bear bait. The reason why is because they were concerned about people interacting with bears. It's dangerous for both parties, but it's hard to believe that this poster is actually real. It is, folks. Do not feed the bears, especially your friends. Recently, Chadwick Boseman passed away. And it wouldn't take the art community long to respond about what they thought about this great actor and all-around fantastic human being. It's important to understand that even when we're lost for the right words to say, the arts can provide an avenue to express ourselves in other means, whether it's musically, through drama, or visually. How we all process grief is different. But we're all different as people. We're all unique in our own special way. And our expression of grief or joy should reflect that. Art is a powerful way of dealing with our emotions that can help others heal and restore, and it's positive for us. You can say it's kind of uplifting in this tragedy to find so many people are expressing themselves in a positive way through their own voices. And I personally hope through this expression and appreciation of this great actor and man, the power of art brings us all closer together. This is artwork, by the way, by the great Orlando Aracena. This painting here was created by Ryan Meerding, head of visual development at Marvel's Movie Wing. He's responsible for leading the teams behind Marvel's most iconic cinematic looks. Think of the heroes and the villains. He's the man behind it, Black Panther included. His painting is a touching tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Gonzo artist Ralph Steadman is in the news. Artists Travis Scott and Quavo have hooked up with Ralph Steadman to create an album cover. The two rappers said they were inspired to reach out to Steadman when they saw his cover for the very famous book Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. When MTV News reached out to Steadman to ask him, "Do you have any advice for up-and-coming artists?" he replied, "Forget style and just start making marks. If you have thoughts and ideas in your head, the rest will follow." Much different news, there's an artist combining artifacts with artificial intelligence to create realistic portraits of Roman emperors. So using modern technology, we're getting an image of what these men might look like if they existed today. Sometimes looking at a statue, they just don't feel real. But what would Julius Caesar look like if you saw him in the street? Artist Daniel Vosshart is using artistic representations, family ties, places of origin, historical descriptions to customize each portrait using AI and Photoshop to bring it all together. His work is bringing history to life in a way that only art can in modern times. The Roman Empire is huge, and you can see that hugeness in the diversity of the way that it's represented by its leaders. To create the likeness of each emperor, Vosshart collected almost 1,000 images of using busts, coinage, and other representations. He used a neural net tool called ArtBreeder. That was the AI program he used. And he used it to collect the multiple images to help find what each emperor actually looked like. The images were then tweaked in Photoshop based upon the research into the emperor's family, the place of origin, and the written mentions of their appearance. The Olympic Games are coming to Los Angeles in the year 2028. Utilizing the stars that live there, people like Billie Eilish are contributing their artistic efforts to the logo design? Why, yes, they are.
As much as people think LA is unfriendly, I think it's pretty friendly. It's there to help you. LA kind of has everything. You don't even realize it. There's like a couple little spots that I like to go to be alone. I love driving. That's all I do here. LA is so open, and now it really feels like my home. Every time I come back, I feel back to myself and back to who I am and my roots. LA is inspiring in a lot of ways. I love that about LA in the first place, is that it's really diverse and it's not just one type of people. The Olympics is the Olympics. That's everybody all over the world coming together. 8 years from now, I'm looking forward to that. The font is the font that I use for my logo, and who knows if that's gonna be relevant in my life in 8 years, but I have this whole thing about not wanting to please my past self or my future self. It's all about pleasing your present self. I don't know what my life is gonna be like in 8 years, but I'm really just looking forward to the future.
And here's another look at Eilish's design. But Eilish is not the only one contributing. They're asking stars from all walks of life to contribute their vision of what the new logo should be for Los Angeles. But Billie Eilish is not the only one contributing. They're asking stars from all walks of life to take the logo and contribute their vision of what Los Angeles is in 2028 for the Olympics. The designers are testing out a design theory called design flexibility. Think of the base logo as a solid platform that allows for a diversity of expression. And speaking of design flexibility, Anonymous is taking what's large and making it small. Anonymous has been inspiring street artists around the world to create tiny little mouse homes where no detail is too small, including that sheet music. You can tell these artists are having fun, like this painting of an album cover for Amy Winehouse, Back to Brie. Or this other album cover, which is a tribute to Elton John, Stilton John, Goodbye, Yellow Cheese Roll. And it's not just homes that they're making. They're designing record stores that I would argue look better at night than they do during the day. This is inside one of the restaurants that they've designed. And if you look to the right, there's a little barber shop where you can get your fur cut for only 10 cents. Or a shave for 3 cents. Notice the Anonymous logo by the door. I'm a particular fan of this jazz club, Sacre Blues. And the design of this sign is superb. Great logo design. So take your eyeballs off your phone screens and look at the world around you. You might capture something amazing. Sometimes even just below your feet. don't worry, that cat is just a friendly bouncer. I'm Farrell, and this has been a Braden River High School art production.